My child, still your heart, because I am stepping straight into the center of what has been tugging at your mind, your emotions, your spirit. I am cutting through the noise around you, through the thoughts that sprint ahead of you, through the weight that seems to grow heavier by the day. I am stopping you on purpose, and you must not brush this aside. I did not come first to soothe you, though comfort will come. I came to warn you, to cover you, to keep you from walking into something that would pierce you deeper than you can imagine. You may not understand why my voice carries this urgency, but heaven understands. Heaven sees what your eyes cannot see, and that is why I am here. This is not random. You are not hearing these words by accident. This meeting was set, stitched into time long before you knew you would need it. You are here because I drew you here. Music. You may think you were scrolling, searching, wandering, but I directed your steps to this moment. I guided your thoughts, your questions, your hunger for answers, and I brought you to the edge of truth. You arrived because heaven opened a way that led you right to these words. I brought you because something is ahead that I will not let you face alone. I am protecting you. Even if you believe I am wrong right now, even if part of your heart pushes back, even music, if you feel confused by what I am doing, even if it seems I am asking you to release what you wanted, even if my protection feels like loss, in this moment it is love, and it will prove itself. It has always been love. So stay with me, my child. Do not look away. Do not dismiss this. Do not silence what your spirit is sensing right now. Listen not lightly, not casually, but with your whole heart, because what I am about to speak is meant to spare you from heartbreak you do not see coming, from confusion that would crush your spirit, from danger your eyes cannot detect. You have been asking for clarity, but clarity will not come unless you pause long enough to hear me. You have been praying for answers, but answers cannot reach you if you run from the very moment I prepared to give them. You have cried out for protection, but protection requires your attention. So stay. So stay. Do not turn away. And if your spirit knows these words are for you, write, "I'm listening, Lord," in the comments. Let it be your quiet yes in this moment. I speak to you now not only as your Savior, but as your Father, the one who sees the road unfolding before your next step. I see the motives hidden behind the smiles you trust. I see the snares set quietly along your path. I see the wounds forming long before they reach your heart. What is hidden from you is fully visible to me. That is why my voice carries urgency. That is why these words press upon your spirit with weight. I am not speaking to control you. I am speaking because I love you. You matter to me. And even now, the enemy works in subtle ways, wrapping danger in what appears harmless, dressing deception in what feels familiar, attractive, and safe. You believe you understand what is ahead, but you see only the surface. There is a step before you that looks promising, a door that feels right, a connection that seems good, a choice that appears wise. Yet, you cannot see the full story. You cannot see where that path would lead, or how deeply it could wound you. But I see the hidden price. I see the quiet consequences. I see the sorrow that would follow. And because I love you, I will not remain silent. I will not allow you to walk toward a flame you mistake for light. Do not fear. My warning, receive it. My warning is not punishment. It is protection. When I interrupt your plans, it is not rejection, it is rescue. When I slow you down, it is because something ahead is not meant to touch your life. I will not force your obedience, but I am calling you now. Stay close, listen carefully, and let my voice settle deeper than your doubts. Let these words reach beyond your questions. Let them rest in the quiet places of your soul, where fear and urgency try to push you forward. You thought my hand was holding you back, but I have been holding you together. You thought I was denying you something, but I was shielding you from a sorrow far greater than you realize. There is more risk in what you desire than you can see. There is more mercy in what I delay than you understand. And there is greater safety in my no than in any door you try to force open. I know the frustration you have felt. I know the confusion when doors closed, when relationships shifted, when plans dissolved. Some days you blamed yourself, some days you blamed others, and there were moments when you questioned me. But what you could not see was my hand standing between you and disaster. And to help you see how protection can look like loss, remember Joseph, who was sold into a pit and prison before the palace. What looked like betrayal was positioning. What felt like loss was protection for a future he could not yet see. In the same way, I have been redirecting you. I have been blocking what would have broken you. I have been rearranging your path so your future would not collapse under the weight of one wrong step. Even now, what feels like delay is mercy. What feels like resistance is rescue. And what you thought was loss may be the very thing that preserved your life. Do not misread my heart, beloved. I am not warning you because I doubt your choices. I am speaking because I know your heart, how deeply you feel, how quickly you give your trust, how sincerely you love, how strongly you hope. And I know how painful it becomes when what you believed in falls apart. I am not here to tear down your plans. I am here to guard your soul from wounds you were never meant to carry. I am holding you back because I see what lies beyond the moment. Even if it feels like something is being taken from you, even if it seems unfair, even if you question my direction, there will come a day when the picture becomes clear. One day you will look back and understand. One day you will see the danger you never noticed, and you will say, "You protected me when I could not see it myself." So be still, my child. Do not run ahead of my timing. Do not step past the boundaries I am setting. Do not chase what I am gently pulling you away from. My urgency is not anger, it is love pressing you toward life. There are seasons when my words become your shield. This is one of those seasons. What I am speaking now carries protection if you receive it. What I am revealing will spare you from sorrow you do not need to experience. What I am guiding you toward will move you away from harm and closer to the future prepared for you. Remember what is written: trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3-5. Because the path of safety is not found in moving faster, but in walking with me. If you listen, if you let my voice lead, what feels like delay today will become the very mercy that preserves your destiny. And even now, while you're questioning the delay, a covering is being lifted over your life. You may not sense it with your emotions, but heaven recognizes the shift. What rises against you feels resistance. What moves in darkness meets a boundary. My word surrounds you. My presence stands before you like a consuming fire, guarding you because you are precious to me. So listen carefully, my child. Even if you struggle to understand my direction, stay attentive. What I am revealing is beyond what your natural mind could perceive. There are dangers near you that your eyes cannot detect. There are paths that shine at the entrance but fade into shadows. There are connections that feel warm at first, yet carry wounds beneath the surface. You see what is visible, but I see what is hidden. You see the beginning, but I see the outcome. You notice the opportunity, the invitation, the open door, but I see the weight it carries, the pressure it would place on your spirit, the cost it would demand from your future. This is why my voice comes with urgency. You are closer than you realize to something that is not aligned with your purpose. The enemy rarely approaches in obvious darkness. He often comes wrapped in beauty, dressed in excitement, speaking in the language of opportunity. He disguises danger as destiny. He hides loss behind familiar faces. He places false peace over paths that lead away from your calling. What looks perfect to your emotions may be harmful to your spirit. That is why discernment matters more than impulse. That is why my voice must carry more authority than your feelings. You have wondered why certain plans collapsed, why some people walked away, why doors closed just as they seemed ready to open. You questioned yourself. You wondered if your faith was weak, if you had failed, or if I had abandoned you. But hear this clearly. I did not close those doors to wound you. I closed them to protect you. Every no, every ending, every interruption was not rejection, it was rescue. You believed I was withholding something, but I was preventing something you could not see. You do not know what waited on the other side of those decisions. You do not know the burdens that would have drained you, the betrayals that would have scarred you, the exhaustion that would have followed. You were closer than you realized to losing yourself in something that appeared good but carried harm at its roots. What you called love was instruction. What you called loss was protection. What you called delay was mercy. Remember what is written. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Because not every open door is favor, and not every closed door is denial. Some things you thought were breakthroughs were actually bait. And the doors that closed were the shield that kept your future intact. My child, you see only a moment, but I see the full story. This is why some people could not remain in your life. They were never aligned with your future. Their presence would have drained your strength, clouded your judgment, or slowly pulled you away from who you are called to become. What felt like rejection was protection. What looked like an ending was a rescue. There were opportunities that seemed perfect doors, that looked like success, connections that appeared promising, plans that felt right, but they were not built for your destiny. You would have been surrounded by voices that shaped you in the wrong direction, pressured into choices that weakened your spirit. You might have survived, but you would not have flourished. You would have moved, yet never truly advanced. That ending was not failure, it was mercy. There were moments when everything stopped without warning, plans cancelled, conversations cut short, delays that frustrated you, changes you never expected. You called it inconvenience. You called it disappointment. But I was intervening. You were about to step into situations that would have weighed down your heart. You were near environments that were not safe for your spirit. You were preparing to carry burdens that were never meant for you. So, I redirected your steps. I rearranged your timing. I protected your future before you even knew it was at risk. Understand this. Protection does not always feel peaceful. Sometimes it looks like loss. Sometimes it feels like loneliness. Sometimes it appears as doors closing, plans collapsing, or silence where you expected progress. But every ending from me is an escape. Every delay is a shield. Every interruption is a barrier between you and something that could have harmed you. You ask for miracles, but many times the miracle is what I prevented. The enemy works through appearances. He knows how the heart is drawn to what feels exciting, familiar, or urgent. He paints traps in attractive colors. He uses timing, emotion, and opportunity to create the illusion of destiny. He whispers, "This is what you prayed for," even when it leads away from what I promised. He rushes you so you won't listen. He distracts you so you won't discern. He pressures you with fear of missing out so you move without wisdom. But I am raising my voice now so you will not be misled. I will not allow you to walk blindly into what was never meant for you. You are not wandering alone. You belong to me, and your life carries purpose. Remember what is written. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Psalm 37:23. And because your steps are ordered, I will block what threatens your calling. If I must close a door before you enter it, I will. If I must end a connection you hoped would remain, I will. If I must remove something from your hands to keep your heart free, I will. Because sometimes the greatest act of love is not what I give, but what I refuse to let you keep. This is why obedience is your protection. You may think obedience is about restriction, but it is not. Obedience is shelter. Obedience is wisdom in motion. It is the place where my covering remains over your life. When you respond quickly to my leading, I can guard you completely. But when you hesitate, you move into battles without protection. When you ignore my warnings, you step towards struggles you were never meant to carry. Listen carefully, my beloved. I am not working against your life. I am preserving it. I am not removing your joy. I am preventing sorrow you cannot yet see. I am not withholding love, opportunity, or blessing. I am protecting your heart, your spirit, and the future that depends on your choices. Every boundary I set comes from love. Every warning is love. Every delay is love. Even when it feels difficult, even when the timing confuses you, even when it seems unfair, there will come a moment when you understand. You will look back and see that what you thought was loss was actually rescue. Remember what is written. The Lord is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Psalm 91:2. Stay close to my voice. Let it rise above every pressure, every fear, every urgent emotion. Because I see what you cannot see. I see the traps before they are visible. I see the danger before it takes shape. And I am guarding your path because you are mine. My child, stay close because what I'm about to reveal will reach the place that has been hurting the longest. What I am about to reveal touches the places inside you that still ache. There were seasons when it felt as if everything was slipping away, doors closing before you could reach them, people leaving without warning, opportunities dissolving no matter how tightly you tried to hold on. And your heart asked, "Where were you? Why did this happen?" Hear me now with the truth your soul has been waiting for. I was there. I was not distant. I was not silent. I was standing between you and something that would have broken you far more deeply. You thought my silence meant abandonment, but it was protection. You thought the delay meant I forgot you, but I was shielding you from what you could not see. When your heart shattered, you saw loss. But if I had allowed certain things to remain, the damage would have reached places in you that could not easily heal. The pain was real, but what it saved you from was far greater. You prayed sincerely for relationships, for opportunities, for open paths, You believed they would bring stability and joy, but you did not see what was hidden behind them. You did not see the exhaustion, the compromise, the slow erosion of your peace. What looked like destiny to you was, at times, a burden in disguise. So yes, there were moments when my answer was no. There were doors that stayed closed. There were seasons of silence. There were removals you did not understand. Not because I wanted you to suffer, but because I was preserving your life. What felt like things falling apart was actually your life being rearranged. Blessing often begins with separation. Growth often begins with loss. Alignment often begins in seasons of solitude. There is a difference between what you desired and what you truly needed. My love always chooses what protects you over what merely pleases you. Sometimes pain becomes the barrier that keeps you from running towards something that would have taken more from you than you could afford to lose. You do not know how close you came to settling for less than what you were created for. You do not know how near you were to paths that looked good at first, but would have slowly diminished your spirit. Pain slowed you down. Pain made you pause. Pain made you seek deeper truth. And what you called my absence was actually my covering. What you called silence was my shield. What you called rejection was my rescue. Remember what is written: the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. I saw every tear. I counted every night you lay awake questioning everything. Not one moment was wasted. Every tear became a seed, and from it I am growing strength, wisdom, and discernment within you. You misunderstood my protection because it came wrapped in discomfort. But love does not always look like comfort. Sometimes love interrupts. Sometimes love removes. Sometimes love breaks what you were building because the foundation could not carry your future. There were dangers you never saw because I redirected your path. There were conversations that never reached you because I silenced them. There were situations that could have turned against you, but I redirected your path before they could take root, before they could touch your life. If I had answered every prayer exactly as you asked, some of those answers would have led you away from the future prepared for you. You cannot see how much peace you were spared. You cannot see how much of your identity was protected. You cannot see how much of your future was preserved. I did not allow pain to break you. I allowed it to awaken you. You needed to see clearly. You needed to grow in discernment. You needed to learn that your worth is not tied to what you lost. Your destiny cannot be carried by people or places that lack the strength to hold it. My beloved, your pain was never punishment. It was protection wearing the face of loss. It was mercy guiding you away from danger you could not recognize. So, hear this truth and let it settle deep within you. What you thought I took, I was saving you from. What you thought I withheld, I was preparing to replace. What you thought I ended, I was delivering you out of. You lost nothing that was meant to remain. And what truly belongs to your life will return stronger, cleaner, and far greater than before. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when the veil begins to lift, when what was hidden can no longer remain unseen. This is that moment for you. You thought you were only tired, overwhelmed, stressed, emotional, but what you did not realize is that a battle has been unfolding around your life, a quiet war, ancient and unseen, not against your body but against your spirit. If your eyes could see what truly surrounds you, you would stand in awe, because in every season You thought you were simply struggling or unlucky. Forces were moving, some working to weaken you, others fighting fiercely to protect you. The resistance you felt, the sudden heaviness, the unexpected disruptions, these were not random. There were nights when fear settled over you, and you thought it was only your emotions. But before that fear reached your heart, a shield had already been raised over you by the one who never sleeps. There were moments when darkness pressed close, yet it was pushed back again and again by a hand you could not see. When you woke exhausted, you thought you were weak, but your spirit had been carried through battles you never knew existed. There are voices in this world that plant doubt, confusion, and heaviness, hoping you will lose hope. These feelings were not meaningless. They were signs of resistance against a life that carries purpose. Because if you could see the other side, the light surrounding you, the protection covering you, you would understand this truth. Your survival is not an accident. You are here because something greater stood between you and destruction. There were battles fought where you never stood, victories won in places you never entered, and every one of them was for you. There were seasons when everything fell apart, doors closing, relationships ending, plans collapsing. You thought you were losing, but behind the scenes, events were being moved with precision. What looked like loss in the natural was victory in the spiritual. What felt like rejection was protection. What felt like confusion was your life being repositioned. You have no idea how many dangers came near and were stopped. How many traps were removed before you arrived. How many words spoken against you never took root. How many plans formed against you dissolved before they could touch your future. Even the moments when you felt uneasy without explanation, your spirit was sensing what your eyes could not see. And when heaviness pressed in, there were forces holding the line, refusing to let darkness overtake you. The strength you thought was yours was often strength given to you. The moments you wanted to give up were the very moments something tried to break through, but it did not succeed. Not because you were strong enough, but because heaven did not allow you to fall. That is why you survived what should have destroyed you. That is why your mind bent, but did not break. That is why your heart was wounded, but did not stay shattered. You believed you were fighting alone, but you never were. Every tear was seen. Every silent night was witnessed. And when you collapsed in exhaustion, the battle did not stop. Protection continued even while you rested. Your survival tells the story. The darkness pressed, but light pressed harder. Fear rose, but strength rose higher. Chaos moved in, but peace stood its ground. Every time you felt like you were sinking, something lifted you. Every time loneliness surrounded you, a presence stayed close, unseen but faithful. You thought your pain meant you were abandoned, but your survival proves you were carried. The resistance around your life has been intense because your purpose is significant. The opposition has been strong because your future carries weight. Remember what is written. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. The enemy does not fight what is empty. He fights what is chosen. If the veil opened for just a moment, you would see how many threats never reached you, how many storms were redirected, how many attacks lost their power before they began. You would see a boundary of light around your life that darkness is not permitted to cross. Your life has not been easy because the battle around you has not been small, but the victories you never saw are far greater than the struggles you felt. Every breath you take is proof. Every day you rise is proof. Every step forward, no matter how small, is proof. Proof that a stronger hand has been holding you when you should have fallen. Proof that you were never out of sight, never out of reach, never outside the covering of grace. Your survival is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is evidence that heaven has been fighting for you. And if you could see how fiercely you have been protected, you would never doubt again that unseen love has been guarding your life every step of the way. There are seasons in every life when heaven becomes quiet, not because love has withdrawn, not because protection has weakened, not because your prayers were unheard, but because something sacred is being formed beyond your sight, something precise, intentional, and carefully arranged, where even the smallest interruption could disturb what is being prepared. And you have walked through such a season. Days that felt still, nights when your words seemed to rise into silence, moments when you wondered if the distance meant you had been forgotten. You questioned whether the quiet meant rejection, whether the closed answers meant the door of heaven had shut. But what you could not see was this: the silence was never absence. The silence was preparation. Just as a seed grows unseen beneath the soil, your life has been developing in hidden places. Just as Jesus waited in the wilderness before his ministry began, you have been walking through a season of strengthening, alignment, and quiet transformation. Remember what is written: be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Psalm 37:7. Because stillness is not emptiness. Waiting is not neglect. Behind the quiet, paths are being cleared. Timing is being aligned. Doors are being prepared that no one will be able to close. You felt nothing was moving, but heaven was working with precision. You thought the silence meant distance, but it was protection from premature answers. You thought the delay meant denial, but it was preparation for something that must arrive at the right time. Because when heaven is silent, it is not inactive. Silence is strategy. And if these words met you at the right time, gently tap like and share this with someone who needs hope today, and sharing it with someone who may need this encouragement today. And if you want to keep receiving messages like this, stay connected and walk this journey with us.